Okay guys, so once we've got all our stickers in place on the main base plate and the camera plate, we can start building this thing up. So I'm going to move the main plate out of the way and just concentrate on this for now. What we're going to do is build up the camera gantry and the camera angle adjuster bracket. So we're going to need these three bigger pieces for now. You can move those little guys out the way. And then we're going to need the little M2 stainless steel nuts. For this build you are going to need a M2 Allen driver. I'd get a decent quality one there so you don't strip the small bolts. And you're going to need a nice set of pliers. Pliers might seem a little bit unconventional for one of these micro builds, but those are to grip these tiny little nuts. These M2 nuts are super light, but they add a massive amount of strength and rigidity to the frame. It's just working with them is a bit of a pain if you don't have a pair of pliers like this. So grab the nut on two flat edges like that, like so. And then just grab one of your pieces of carbon. Now you'll see this little mushroom shaped cutout in the bottom there is actually the captive nut slot. So grab your piece of carbon and your nut like that, line it up, chew it up straight like that, and just push it into place like that. Okay, now you'll see it is quite tight, but the whole point of this is to take your really fiddly little nut and your piece of carbon and make one part out of it that isn't so hard to work with afterwards. So just grab the nut with the pliers and just wiggle it into position until it is chewed up on the center line of that carbon like that. Okay, once you've done that one, you need to do this one, and we also need to put one in each side there as well. Okay, the other nuts are just spare ones in case you lose one. Now we need these two little tiny pieces. Slot these over the ends of your camera plate like so. Same one there. Okay, and now all five of those pieces make up one unit, which is really cool and easy to work with. That one's done, that one's done, that's done. Now we need 4 of our M2 bolts and we need our main frame. So take one of the gantry sides and just get the bolt through it. Okay, and line this up with your camera plate and square it up on the nut. Just screw that into place. Now, one thing to note, we want to tighten this up until the bolt bottoms out on the carbon. Don't know if you can see that, like so. Now you don't have to crank this up a crazy amount. You will find that you get a huge amount of stiffness and strength out of this thing without going crazy tightening it up. So once we've done that, you can nip it up, okay, and then just back it off a bit so that we can adjust it. Same for the other side. Line it up through the nut and just tighten it up until the nut bottoms out on the carbon again, like so. Back it off, and that's a bit much. Tighten it up so it just nips. Right, now what I would do, if you have a nice flat work surface, that also helps a bit. You can just push it down on the work surface like so, so that this is square. Grab your main plate and just square this up there and push it down into position like that. Take the bolt through the hole there and just screw that down into position. Same thing again. So tighten this up until until the nut bottoms out on the carbon like that, and just nip it up. Last side. Okay, and done. Once you've got your camera gantry in place, all that's left to do is to put your motor brackets onto the main frame. So what you need to do is just grab the motor bracket and feed it through the bottom of the main plate like so, and just press them together. Trying to get this in focus is a nightmare. So just push it into place, and when you hear that click, you know that it's correctly seated. So I'm going to go ahead and do the others. Okay, and done. So what is left from your kit are these zip ties. So the idea here, you take your zip tie, once your motor is slotted in here, you can route your wires around the bottom of your foot there, and then wrap them around the arm and feed them towards your flight controller. Once you've got that in position, you can then take your zip tie and feed it through the little bracket in the bottom there, like so, and wrap it around your motor. This is a super simple way to secure your motors, but it's also really light, which is great. Keeping the overall weight down on these little frames really does improve performance. So that is your Friday Zero frame completed. If you guys have any other questions, queries or comments, please leave them below, and I will try and get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can.